Myron, what did that win feel like for you guys, and how did that come together with all those injuries y'all had?
The win was special. You know, after so long of not having an SEC win, just to get our first SEC win under the belt for the season, it was special to us, and it meant a lot.
And what's missing from the running game? What has kept y'all from kind of establishing it and being able to go to it?
We're just shooting ourselves in the foot sometimes. Sometimes we just got to clean up the mental errors. And when we do that, I think everything will start clicking and we'll be a good run offense.
Myron, and I just drew a blank. Come back around to me. Sorry.
Okay. Trey Shot.
Myron, I was wondering if you could discuss the difference in the two defensive lines that you went up against this season already, Georgia and Mississippi State, and what you guys are working on to prepare that you think you're going to see out of Auburn.
Well, out of Georgia and Mississippi State, I would say that Georgia, they twisted and moved a lot, but compared to Mississippi State, I'll say Mississippi State, they moved almost every play on us, whether it was blitzing, line movement, or whatever. But from what we saw from Auburn on film this week, it doesn't look like they move a lot or stun. It's just a pretty plain defense. Just they're going to bring their guys, and they think they're better than us.
All right, I'm good now. Myron, you're a couple of games in now at your new weight. I think you're like 35 pounds heavier than last year. I mean, do you feel a difference in actual games at that weight?
Yeah, I feel a big difference. I mean, I don't know, it just helps in the run so much when you have that extra little bit of weight to push defenders out of the way and it helps in pass pro, especially when you got those bigger guys on the edge when they try and bull rush you. But it's definitely been an improvement.
Curtis.
Myron, you got a couple young guards there with you on the offensive line, and Bo Limmer and Brady Latham. What have you seen from those guys after 2 games in terms of their performance and how they've been developing for you guys?
Well, after the first 2 games, I mean, they're improving a lot. I mean, they're young, but they're willing to fight every play and strain, like Coach Pittman tells us, and you can't ask for much more.
We'll go back around. Tom, do you have another one?
I do. Hey, Myron, you hadn't been here a whole long time, but Auburn's won the last several games in this series by pretty handy margins. I'm wondering, what the incentive is to try to turn that thing around.
Just to change the narrative of this program. If we want to keep winning, we gotta work the strain and fight every day at practice in order to change that narrative of a losing team. And I think we could do that. We just got to keep coming out to practice every day, fighting the strain and working, striving to get better.
What are your thoughts about going up against your old coach, Chad Morris, who's now their offensive coordinator?
We're not really focused on that right now, but we're just coming out to practice every day, trying to get better and focus on beating Auburn this weekend.
Trey Shot.
Myron, obviously at home you don't have to worry about the noise, but I'm wondering, last week in Mississippi State, cowbells, how much did you guys hear that? Did you have to go to a silent count at all? And then what do you expect from Auburn this week? They're allowed, obviously, to crank up their noise level a little bit. What are you expecting? Obviously, no cowbells this week, but what are you guys preparing for?
For the noise factor, I mean, the cowbells, they were loud, but we didn't really change our cadence much. I mean, we were going the clap or our regular cadence sometimes, but the noise really didn't affect us when we were out there. For Auburn, I mean, it's just another SEC game. I mean, there's going to be crowds. They're going to be, almost every crowd is going to be loud. So it's just another SEC game.
Hutch.
Yeah, Myron, I guess there's the possibility of the hurricane coming through this weekend, and it could mean wet and sloppy play and everything. I mean, what does that excite you as an offensive lineman that you could get a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun to play in the rain and get a little messy, but I think it'll be good for us, especially if it starts raining, because then, I mean, at practice we've been working a lot of wet ball stuff, but obviously if it's raining, you would like to run the ball a little more, so it will give us a chance to prove that we can run the ball.
Anybody have any more for Myron?
I got one. Devion kind of had his coming out party with a 100-yard game last week. What do you seen from him as a senior and what this has meant to him?
He's just locked in. He's a guy that comes to practice every day, no matter the circumstances, and just works his butt off. I mean, as a senior, that's what you want your young guys to look up to, just someone that fights and strains to the last little bit. And that helped us this past weekend get the win.
All right. Thanks, Myron.
Thank you, Myron.